would bring his or her dead body over here. And usually if you see a site which has a tin roof like this with a space for the smoke to escape on top, just understand that it is a place for cremation. And they bring the dead body, make a pyre of the wood, a big platform of the wood, crisscross, vertical, and like this and like this. And then on that pyre of wood, they place the dead body. And then say this high, and then over the dead body, that dead body is placed, and then over the dead body some more woods are placed, and then the oldest son of the deceased, whoever has died, lights the cremation fire from underneath. And if this person who has died does not have a son, then the male relative, nearest male relative, is supposed to light the cremation fire. There is no place in the scriptures, in the Hindu writings, that women are not supposed to light the fire. It is only for the reason that it takes a few hours, say 3 hours or so at a stretch, for the entire body to be consumed by the flames. And it is a heartbreaking thing for a woman because they are soft-hearted. They wouldn't be able to stand it. It takes so many hours, and then to see their loved ones being consumed by the flames. So it's not a very pleasing experience. So that is the reason women are not allowed to go to the cremation places. But there have been instances off and on where we have come across that if there is no male relative, women have lit the cremation fires of their family members. So it takes a few hours, and then the entire body is consumed. The ash of the body is mixed with the ash of the firewood. There is no way to distinguish it. So whatever is there after that is all symbolic. Wherever cremations are done all over India, after that a little bit of the ash is retained by the family member, and that retaining little bit of the ash which has been retained, that ash has to be taken to Varanasi and has to be immersed in the Ganges in Varanasi. Well, Ganges has a stretch of almost 2,500 kilometers, right from the Himalayas to Bay of Bengal. Why Varanasi is the only place which is considered so auspicious for cremation and the ashes to be immersed? I'll tell you this when we are in Varanasi. It will make much more sense over there. But why I'm highlighting this place, and I'm really trying to make a comparison to the cremation place in Varanasi. Cremation place in Varanasi is really special. It's so spiritual. I mean, one feels, you don't feel anything, there's no fear, there is no apprehension, whereas in cremation places like this, at night, people are afraid to come. That there are spirits, there are ghosts, there are things like that. Whereas in Varanasi, I have stood along with my people between 10, 15 cremations happening all around. Because I always give options to my people. If you want to come along, come off the boat and go right near the cremation, in between them, this is your opportunity. Many people come along with me and we go there, and I have never felt a bit of fear or a bit of apprehension whenever I'm there, neither anybody accompanying me. It's really a very spiritual experience, because as per Hinduism, as we discussed earlier, it is only the spirit, it is only the body which comes to an end. Spirit is always alive, it is immortal. Spirit is immortal, it doesn't die. So the message in Varanasi is that don't die. It is the body which comes to an end. The spirit is just